Shiksha Foundation as well as Manu Foundation, we want to thank you for this good gesture of building a 1x2 classroom block. We are aware that we've got a challenge, we are grappling with the challenge of COVID-19 pandemic, where the Ministry of Health has issued healthy guidelines which are supposed to reduce transmission of the virus between individuals. And one of them is social distancing. And you will be aware, and you are aware, that previously pupils were not observing social distance before the COVID-19. Hence, we had quite a number of pupils in a classroom. But now, due to the social distancing, the learning hours have been reduced because of learning space. So you're coming on board Shiksha Foundation as well as Manu Foundation actually gives an opportunity to the learners to learn more hours because of the learning space which you have provided to the learners and to this school. I actually urge other business communities to emulate what Shiksha has done today, as well as Manu Foundation, in working with government by giving back to the community. Indeed, this is a good social corporate responsibility which has been exhibited today. We know that education is an equalizer between the rich and the poor. And we are all aware that no one can become a teacher without going to school. No one can become a councillor, a member of parliament, a mayor, nor a president without going to school. Because our constitution states that for one to aspire for such an office should have a grade 12 certificate. So Shiksha Foundation as well as Manu Foundation, you are giving an opportunity to Zambian citizens, more especially young ones, in equipping them with education and at a later stage get relevant qualifications in order for them to pursue their career. I don't want to bore you with a long speech because you know we politicians, we like speaking. But having said what I've said, I want to thank you, head teacher, for allowing Shiksha and Manu Foundation to do what they have done today. I've read your petition. You need a basketball court. And you need other sporting facilities. As the Minister of Sports, I'll see what we can bring. From other federations, sporting federations. But I should state that we are starting a league in schools, under fives, where schools will compete at the district level, provincial level, as well as national level. So the first tournament on the Copper Belt, in particular in Dola, will be held the second week after you open school. For you to prepare very well, I'll make sure that tomorrow morning I donate some sporting equipment. Ladies and gentlemen, pupils, the media, I thank you for giving me an opportunity to stand before you and speak with you. Thank you very much.
Honorable Emmanuel Malenga, MP, Minister of Youth and Sport, the Dev's Office, distinguished guests, representatives from the Ndola Hindu Samaj, parents, teachers and students, residents of the community, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Manu and Shiksha Foundations, it's my pleasure to join you all in celebrating the official handover of the 1x2 classroom block. Due to the prevailing COVID-19 situation, the CEO and Chairman of the Shiksha Foundation, Mr. Hemant Desai, and Mr. Vinodha Patel of the Manu Foundation could not be here today to witness this in person. This project started in August 2020, with the initial phase to build the 1x2 classroom block, fully furnished with school desks and a blackboard, together with a storeroom and teacher's office. The total project is estimated to cost 670,000 kwacha when fully completed. Whilst this project was progressing, we realized that the students' safety was compromised, as many of the students walked to the school on the road, and due to the increased traffic, there was a need for the children to move away from walking on the road. Thus, the walkway project addition was planned, and we hope that it will go towards student safety and further well-being. I also wish to acknowledge the local contribution and thank Unitable Industries for donating 100 bags of cement for the walkway project. It is also planned to have trees planted along the pathway and within the school, not only for shade but also to in a little way assist and mitigate climate change. And we thank Zafico PLC for the donation of these trees. Later, we saw the need to refurbish a classroom, which we took on board and refurbished this classroom together with new desks and a new blackboard. But it did not end here. We have also gifted each and every student of this school a mathematical set, which has cost a total of 45,000 kwacha. I also thank Mr. Michael Kamunga, our contractor, who not only built the classroom block, but has also constructed a tuck shop and kitchen as his own contribution for the school. Both Manu and Shiksha Foundation welcome the opportunity to supplement the government's efforts in bringing education to the people. We feel that the addition of some sports facilities to this school will also be beneficial to the general education of the pupils, and perhaps a basket of badminton courts or some volleyball courts could be investigated. I can assure you, Honourable Minister, that our assistance to Kanini Secondary School will continue in future, provided certain goals are met with enhanced student performance and results. We wait to see the effects of our efforts in phase 1 and believe the project will grow and to look at other areas of need within the school. It would be remiss of me not to mention a special appreciation to everyone involved in the project for their help and continued support, notably Shiksha Foundation's own donors and supporters, Manu Foundation's own donors and supporters, Mr. Michael Kamunga and his team, Mr. J.M. Patel, it says Mr. Ajay Vashi here as well, Madam Elizabeth Lupunga and her team of teachers, Mr. Dennis Kunda, Uniturtle Industries, Zafico PLC. Finally, I implore all parents and teachers to continue working together, because education is the future for our children and for the nation. I thank you all.
My full name's Elizabeth Chompoka. I'm the head teacher here at Kanini Secondary School. Kanini Secondary School at inception was a primary school in the early 50s, and then in the year 2014 Kanini Secondary School, primary school, was upgraded now to what is being called Kanini Secondary School. And with that transition, it meant there were a lot of things that needed to be looked into for Kanini Secondary School to begin to operate in full capacity. Some of the needs came up as a result of limited infrastructure, because the facilities that are needed in a secondary school are much more diverse as compared to a primary school. And so we had quite a number of needs in terms of design and capacity. For instance, we needed to bring in or build laboratories. These were supposed to be 3 in nature: a chemistry lab, a physics lab, and a biology lab. Going by our career pathway, we needed to put in place a computer lab, because we offer computers as well as home economics. And it being the only secondary school in our catchment area, the demand has been overwhelming from the community, and so we needed to increase capacity in terms of catering for the expansion in enrollment. And we were very fortunate that Siksha Foundation came on board and collaborated with us after they saw our so many needs. And we are very, very grateful. They have been able to address most of our needs. And I'll just itemize some of these needs that they have been able to attend to. The first one being construction of a 1x2 classroom block. This has been really a success story, very overwhelming, in the sense that it has just been completed in close to about 2 months. That's why I'm saying it's a success story. The classrooms are very big. They have not only constructed the 1x2 classroom block, but they have also furnished it. We have fans in there, the teachers' desks as well as pupils' desks. And we are very, very grateful to Siksha and Manu Foundation for this good gesture that they have extended to us, because I'm sure the demand for school places will now be catered for, and our burden is eased by them. We are grateful to Siksha and Manu Foundation. Furthermore, they have gone further to rehabilitate a classroom and rehabilitated also the desks, and it's another success story, I must say. Already we are talking of about 3 classrooms which are ready for use even as we start the year 2020. And we'll be able to welcome our incoming grade 10s and grade 8s, because they'll have enough space where they can be able to learn from. Another need that has been met by Siksha Foundation is the walkway. The walkway has been necessitated by the fact that our pupils, for our pupils' safety, because they tend to use the main road where they now have to compete with the vehicles. I'm sure with the walkway in place, we are now able to be calm and composed, and know that as our pupils are coming into school and going out of school to their homes, they are safe. Another overwhelming gesture that they have extended to us is the construction of a tuck shop. Going by the vision of the province, the strategic plan of the province, each school should be able to fundraise and generate its own funds. And the tuck shop will serve that purpose, because we will now have facilities where to cook from and to serve our children hot food, as well as cooked food and other things that they would want to buy from there in a much more conducive environment. And to this we say we are grateful and we are very, very happy as a school. Thank you. Efforts, because we all need